Hey y'all, we're back out at Motumuka, and we're getting ready to do some of the night work. So about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, it starts to get dark, and we bring out the thermal scope that allows us to do this work at night. And you can see that the penguins are starting to come in. Some of them aren't so happy to come back in, so they go scurrying back out into the water. Some of them wait down on the beach and don't come back up onto the island. And some really, really take their time. As you can see, their eyes and their armpits are what glow the brightest, and that's just sensing heat coming off of their body. It's pitch black, so sometimes it takes them a very long time to get up the cliffs, and sometimes they get lost and just wander around. This one here appears to have an injury. You can see that it's much brighter in the armpit because of that, and our veterinarian there, Adeli, suggested not collecting that one and putting a GPS tracker on it, because it might hurt it. And while it's exciting when a penguin does come ashore, for the most part, it's sitting. It's not a boring sitting though, because all above us are thousands and thousands and millions of seabirds coming in for the night, all calling and swooping around. Some even end up landing right next to us. We have to be very patient waiting for them to get high enough up the cliff so that they don't scurry back down into the water, because they are much faster than you'd ever expect.
Yeah, it's heading towards you. Yeah. If you want to visually check for it, it's like 3 meters from you. Yeah. No, it's still sitting right next to you.
And then when it's high enough, we finally get to swoop in and get our penguin. We bring it over to our little field camp we set up and get to work.
Yeah.
Wait. You go just for beak.
Okay, depth we're going for 11 and width we're gonna go for 11 and 6. .9 and from the elbow it's bang on 8. Yeah, you need to go lower. Sweet. I'll cut another one. Yeah, we're getting a system now.
You want another one?
Yeah, I'll cut one more. Okay.
Yeah.
On an
That's
angle?
where,
Okay.
yeah. One on the angle and the other one to cover it.
Okay.
Here, look.
Because some of the things I've looked at, yeah, they just kind of like crisscross them down.
Yeah. But whatever works.
Yeah. Oh.
And with them equipped with their new backpack, they're ready to head off, either into their burrow to sleep or back into the water to go hunt. we streamline the backpack as much as possible so it doesn't impact their swimming very much. Some of them peck at the backpack for a little bit, but for the most part, they don't even notice anything's on them, or they get used to it right away. So the first 2 days, we were just out there attaching trackers and getting the penguins' measurements. Each day after the first night, whenever we saw a penguin coming back with one of the backpacks on, we would catch it again, take the backpack off, and download the information from its GPS tracker. And these are the tracks that came out. Each color is a different penguin. All of them went exactly where they were expected to, towards the mainland. Most of them clustered around the outlet of the harbor, where you would expect a lot of nutrients to be coming washed off the land and out into the water. As well, that little passage between the islands and the mainland is where a lot of nutrients are getting washed all along the coast as the currents head south. So this is kind of where we expect them to be. This is about how long the tracks are, about how long their trips took in terms of days, and more or less where we were expecting them to be. But no one's ever done this type of study in the country. So it's entirely new information to see that they're behaving as they should for these circumstances, but not completely different from how they were behaving in Australia. So it's really fascinating to finally have this information that's never been recorded before.